and welcome back to Mrs. C Math 2 class online. Today's lesson is rational exponent. These examples can be found on my PDF link on page 5. Alright, to start with, expressions with rational exponents can be rewritten as radicals using the following rules. For example, you have a base of a, and the exponent is a fraction, 1 over n. So you can rewrite that by writing it into your n would be your exponent or your index, and 1 would be your exponent. So that would be nth root of a. All right? Another form, a raised to m over n. This time, your n will still be your index and your m will be your exponent. So it can be rewritten by nth root a raised to m. I will make it bigger for you to understand. For instance, this is an example. Okay, I'll make this bigger. A raised to m over n. M is your exponent, n is your index. Okay? Remember this, if you have a fractional what? Exponent, or also known as rational form. All right? So you have a or nth root of a raised to m. This is your exponent. This is your index. This is your base. Got it? All right. So what will I explaining right now is changing rational form to radical form. And then I will provide another video for doing the reverse, which is radical form to rational form. Let's start with number 1 example. X raised to 1/4. As what I said, on the top or in the numerator will be your exponent. 4 will be your index. Okay, so you're going to rewrite that. Now, if these examples can still be simplified into lowest term, we need to do that. That's why I provided spaces on each problem so we can elaborate it more. So this will be fourth root of x. Do you have a question? Where's the exponent, Miss Kapasha? Here. As what I said, exponent can be imaginary if it is 1, can be invisible if it is 1. So this is our answer. Isn't it so simple? What about if you have two bases, one number, one numerical coefficient, and the other one is variable, and you need to raise that into 1/2. So what? 1 would be your exponent, 2 would be your index. I will not be tired of writing E and A for you to understand and to remember it. So you're gonna have 2, which is your index, that means outside, and then 15n. So do I need to write it as an exponent? You may if you want, but for the final answer, 1 as an exponent will be invisible and 2 as an index will be invisible. So the final answer is square root of 15, and that's it. Number 3, 24 raised to 1/3. Look at here. This is your E, this is your I. I will go outside and E will go inside, and that will be 1. But we can still factor 24. That can be rewritten by cube root of 8 times, is it 3? 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 24. So 3. 8 is a perfect cube root. If you watch my previous video about simplifying radicals, you will able to understand what am I talking about here. So 8 can be uh, simplify as a perfect cube. So cancel 2, take 1. So the answer for this problem is 2 cube root of what? 3. That's it. You got it? All right. Number 4. 7 raised to 2 thirds. So this is your exponent, this is your index. So cube root of 7 squared. What is 7 squared? So cube root of what? 49. Is 49 a perfect cube root? 7 times 7, nope. 3 times 3, 9. 9 times 3, 27. Is 49 divisible by 27? I don't think so. Alright, so let's leave it like that. Now, if you think there will be more possible factor for 49, please comment below and I will respond on your concern. K raised to 7 over 2. This will be your exponent and this will be your index. So square root, that's what I said, it can be invisible, right? Or imaginary. Also, let's write that so you will understand what I'm saying about. So k raised to 7. Therefore, 7 is not a multiple of 2, but we can separate 7. That will become a multiple of 2. So that can be k to the 6th power and k raised to 1. So we can drop this down by k cubed and k cubed. Cancel 1 and take 1. That would be k cubed square root of k. So this will be your final answer because we have a leftover here. Next, 3 raised to 5 over 4. 5 is your exponent, 4 is your index. So therefore, it will be 4th root of 3 raised to 5. Meaning to say, since 5 is not a multiples of 4, we may separate them by 3 raised to 4 and what? 3 raised to 1 because exponent rule, same base, add the exponent, right? So 4 will become 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 3, 3, 3, and 3. Cancel 3, take 1. So the final answer will be 3, 4th root of 3. That's the final answer for that problem. Next, number 7. For number 7, it's AB raised to 3/4. Again, this is your exponent. This is your index. As what I said, I'm not tired of putting those labels in order for you to remember it. Now, we will have 4th root of AB raised into the 3rd power. Now, we need to the exponent rule. Okay? Power to power or expanded power rule. We need to multiply this and distribute this here. So the final answer would be 4th root of A cube B cube. This is your final answer. Next, number 8. Negative 6x raised to 2 thirds. 2 will be your exponent, 3 will be your index. So, therefore, it will become cube root of negative 6x raised to the 2nd power. Let's see, I think we need to simplify this one. So, cube root of negative 6 times negative 6 is 36. And then x squared. Expanded power rule. Okay, I just applied that. That's why it becomes like that. Is 36 contain a factor which is a perfect cube? What do you think? Is it 36 divisible by 8? Because 8 is a perfect square. A perfect cube, sorry. 36 divisible by 8. No. Is 36 divisible by 9? Yeah, but not. Neither 9 and 4 is a perfect cube root, so let's leave it like that. Next, 7 raised times 12w raised to 1/2. 1 will be your exponent, z will be your index, exponent over index. So 7, do I need to distribute 1/2 to 7? No, it's not because 7 is a whole number and this is in a rational form. So therefore 7 and then square root of 12w. Where is the exponent 1? As what I said, 1 as exponent can be invisible. So let's leave it like that. But 12 can still be factorable because 12 contains a factor which is a perfect square. So 7 and then square root of 4 times 3w. So split this into 2 and that's 2, 2. Cancel and take 1. Final answer will be, or not the final answer yet because you need to multiply 7 times 2. So 7 times 2, square root of 3w will give you what? 14. I'll erase this. That's 14 square root of 3w. That's the final answer. I hope you learned from these lessons, changing rational form to radical form. I will upload the second part of this video, which is the reverse radical form or changing radical form to rational form. See ya!